Recording is in progress. Now people is sleepy, so I'm sure it's going to take a minute for folks to press that little button to say like, yes, I'm here and I can't wait to get started. So, but the room is filling up because we knew that that would happen. Good morning, friends. It is early on a cozy Saturday morning in Massachusetts. As you see, I got my little, gotta keep my coziness going up in here. I'm so glad that y'all are here. We are here with Tricia Elam Walker, the brilliant author of the beautiful new book, Dream Street. And we will have her read it in a moment. But while we're waiting for more of our sleepy friends to join us this morning, Tricia, I'm so grateful to see your gorgeous artwork still behind you. We hosted you last year, it was there, and I was like, yes. How have you been? How's the panorama treating you? What have you been reading?
What have I been reading? Children's books, I have to say. There's some really cool ones out, as I'm sure you know. I love this book, When Langston Dances.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes, it's beautiful. But things are going well. Yes, that picture is still there because that's my Zoom approach. Been working for the last, year and a half.
It's such a vibe. It's the entire vibe. And I love it so much. Like, it makes me so happy.
Thank you.
And so whenever you see it, are you just like, yes, this is me, this is my space, this is my vibe?
That's right. Just get right into whatever the mood is.
Love it so much. Have you been reading any adult literature? I'm just curious.
You know, only with the writings that my students do. That's what I've been reading right now. And they've done a bunch of writing. I'm really proud of them. I teach at Howard University.
Yes.
And the semester's almost over.
Yes.
So the work has piled up for what I have to read, but I'm anxious to get to. I still haven't finished the final revival of Opal and Nev. I've been looking at that. And The Prophets, I think, is also.
Yes.
I want to
That's
delve
on my to-read pile.
Right.
Yes. That one's got nominated for something big, didn't it? Like the National Book Award or something?
Yeah. I can't remember which, but yes.
Gonna have to read that. Gonna have to. It's on.
And then I want to look at this list of quote unquote banned books. Then I want to make sure I've read all of those.
And gift them to your friends, y'all. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we will do that because resistance is a thing, y'all. All right, let's get started. All right. Hi, my name is Kira Wilson Cook. I am the events coordinator for the Silver Unicorn Bookstore in Acton, Massachusetts. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome Tricia Elam Walker, who is the author of the beautiful book, Dream Street, which just came out this week. Happy launch week to you. And she worked with local Boston, Roxbury artist, Ekua Holmes, who is famous in her own right. And we are so excited to feature her art this morning. I'm going to open a PDF and you're going to see the beautiful art while Tricia reads the words. And you're going to notice that there's a watermark. And I just want to make sure that you know, like, it's just because of for digital security. But you should just know that when you come purchase this book, none of that is there. Okay, so come get this book. It is available to you at the Silver Unicorn Bookstore or at an independent bookstore near you. And we know that the universe wants to make you worried about supply chains, but independent bookstores are here for you. And we have the books you need, including this one. So come see us in store or come to silverunicornbooks.com. Tricia, are you ready to read?
Sure. I just want to, if I can, just say a little bit. And
yes.
I hope this won't interfere with the questions you're going to ask me later. But I just want to say that Ekua is also my cousin. And yes, and so we pretty much grew up together. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to tell this story. And so, as I mentioned, we can get into this a little bit more after. But, you know, this is a dream of ours that is now a reality. So we're very excited about. So there's a lot of dreams within Dream Street, even our own.
That is phenomenal. I did not know that part of the story. That is so much fun. I'm so excited. And I am excited to get into it after we read. And that reminds me, friends, First of all, this is a Saturday morning story time. This is a children's book. This is a webinar. So if you need to put your kiddos in front of this screen and walk away to get more coffee, this is a safe place. And if you have questions or your kiddos have questions, please throw them into the Q&A when you are ready. And I will be facilitating that at the end of the reading. All right. And now I'm going to do that thing where I tell you I'm going to share my screen, which I hear you're not supposed to do, but I'm going to tell you that anyway. I'm going to open this up. And everybody sees that, right? You see that, Tricia?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go to whole screen. Everybody sees and we're there.
Yay.
Okay, great. Perfect. So this is the beautiful cover. And then I think this is where we're starting.
Yep. The first page is at the top. Welcome to Dream Street, the best street in the world. Just ask the people who live here. The houses and the dreams inside are different as thumbprints. The sidewalks are wide enough for huge chalk drawings and giant hopscotch boards. Children from all over the neighborhood come to play until the streetlights go on. Yusef waits for his brother Biko at the corner of Humboldt Avenue and Dream Street. He's thinking about how their mom always says, "Don't leave the house without your crown." She likes to tell them stories about their ancestors who were queens and kings with dreams they never gave up on. Each morning, unless it's raining, Mr. Sidney reads the newspaper on his stoop. Dressed to the nines, Miss Sarah likes to say. What's the nines? A child will ask, and Miss Sarah will answer, fancy, fancy. Mr. Sidney is a retired mail carrier, living his dream of never having to wear a uniform again. He tips his big brown fedora and greets everyone with, "Don't wait to have a great day, create one." Belle catches butterflies in a jar when they fly near Miss Sarah's bird bath, but she always lets them go before too long. Everything has a right to be free, she says, and every butterfly is different, just like snowflakes and people and dreams. Belle wants to become a scientist who studies butterflies. She says there's a special name for it, a lepidopterist. Azaria's house is next to the park. That girl can really jump some rope. She can do double dutch on one leg at a time. She can turn around and touch the ground. She can jump by herself with 2 ropes. She can even dance, jump, and dream of winning a shiny trophy one day, all at the same time. When she flies down the street, swinging her rope, she lifts her long brown legs as high as the sun. Miss Sarah, also known as the Hat Lady, is Belle's great auntie. Her voice is only a whisper, but there are stories between the lines of her face that she'll share when you come close. She has lived on Dream Street longer than anyone, even longer than some of the trees, watching children turn into grown-ups and listening to their dreams along the way. Zion walks around the corner to the library to read skyscraper-tall piles of books that take him on adventures around the world. When other kids talk or laugh, he tells them, shh, because doesn't everyone know you're supposed to be quiet in there? Some days, Miss Barbara, the librarian, hands him a brand new book and says softly, "I have a feeling this is your cup of tea." "Can boys be librarians?" Zion whispers to her, because it's his dream to become one. "Of course they can," she whispers back. He flashes a bright smile and continues his journey through the pages of the next book. Edie lives at the top of the hill and searches for treasures that others throw away. She collects smooth rocks, broken jewelry, leaves, and feathers, and adds them to her drawings of people on Dream Street. Meanwhile, her cousin Tari pays attention when new folks come around, so she can make up stories about them. In her notebook, she scribbles down the things she hears when they don't know she's listening. The cousins dream that someday they'll create a picture book together about everyone they know and meet on Dream Street. The Phillips family has 5 boys. Dudley, Donald, Donato, Dexter, and Duke, all named after jazz musicians. Those boys are more than a handful, some say, but the brothers know not to act up or show out. On Sundays before church, their daddy, Mr. Phillips, lines them up on the front porch for inspection, from hats down to shine shoes. He dreams of forming his own jazz band with the Phillips boys one day. Uh-oh, looks like little Duke forgot his bow tie. The garden behind Desiree's house overflows with plants you don't see every day. Purple lilies, red desert peas, and yellow passion flowers. Her magnolia trees smell like milk and honey and make your eyes feel heavy as if they want to close. Desiree's locks are so long, she can wrap them around her shoulders like a shawl. Sometimes she and her grandbaby Little Song fall asleep together. Little Song makes sweet sounds and dreams little girl dreams. When she was small, Miss Paula loved to twirl on her tiptoes up and down Dream Street. Now she teaches African dance at the rec center, her head wrapped round and round with bright fabric until it's high as a pyramid. Her feet move lightning fast, slap, slap, slapping, and tap, tap, tapping the floor, keeping pace with the drummer's hands. Watch out, you might get dizzy if you steer too long. Sometimes when the rhythm takes hold, her wrap unravels and falls to the ground. She never stops moving, even as she stoops to pick it up. Little Benjamin, who lives in the purple house next to the park, is tucked snugly into bed, but he doesn't want to go to sleep and dream. He might miss something important. He hugs his teddy bear Tyler, who isn't ready for sleep either. Instead, they count the stars that sparkle through the bedroom window and listen to laughter outside from the big kids who don't have to go to bed yet. The children who live and play on Dream Street can become whatever and whoever they want because their dreams are nourished and cared for, just like Desiree's flowers. There's no need to worry or to rush. They take their time growing and playing, learning and living, and soaring skyward toward all the adventures that await them. Thank you so much.
That is so special. This is such a special book. And I'm going to go back to my share screen because I just want to go back to these two little girls doing their picture book together. Tell me about this page, this illustration, like just tell me more about this collaboration with your cousin.
Yes, well, it's a great story. I love it. We love to tell it. First of all, as I mentioned, we grew up together pretty much. So we were always together after school. A lot of weekends we were together. And back then, so this is a million years ago, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have computers. We barely had a TV. My mom used to hide the black and white TV. There's no color, first of all. And she'd bring it out when she wanted the family to watch a show together. There was no TV in the kids' room, none of that. I didn't have that. So I had to read, first of all. And, initially that kind of felt like a punishment because other kids would talk about shows they were watching, etc. But once I was, really transported to all the different worlds that are available in children's books and all the different characters I could meet, I loved it. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to create that feeling in someone else. And so, at a very young age, I remember writing my own little book and my mom showing me how to sew it together. So, because I was like, I wanted to open like a real book. And at the same time, Ekua was doing things like picking up, as it mentions here, leaves, broken jewelry, things other people thought were trash or were worthless were treasures to her. And she would make something out of them. She did, I see those scissors on the rug. She used to cut up paper all the time. I remember thinking, what is she doing? But then all of a sudden there'd be a beautiful design, So those things were implanted in us early. We made up plays, we put on costumes, we performed for some older folks in the nursing home in our neighborhood. But we just had such a rich childhood full of adventure, imagination, creativity. We played outside, it was amazing.
That is amazing.
And so, having grown up together, once she started illustrating children's books first and winning prizes and all that. And we were still talking about, we should do something together, but took a while to figure out what it could be. And she showed me some collages she had made, because she's a collage artist. And she said, "Do you think you could write something to go along with these?" So I think she may have sent me about 8 to 10 collages. And at first it was daunting because I'm used to dreaming up the story, but I had to look at her work and see the story in it. And remarkably, she's a storyteller through her art. So there were stories in there that I could find and pull out of each of those characters. And then it kind of just made sense that they were people who all lived on a street and then, talked about their dreams or knew about their dreams. And then Dream Street just kind of came naturally as the title and as the name of the street. So that's how it came to be.
This is wonderful. And this is really important, because I don't think that everybody in our audience knows that usually writers and illustrators don't get to pick each other. So, this is clearly a labor of love between the two of you. Was that an easy pitch, or was there anybody who said, like, no, we'd rather, not have this particular kind of collaboration, or was it really easy to say yes to this one?
It was hard because we shopped it around for a couple of years. Wow. And it wasn't so much people weren't interested in collaboration. They just didn't think it was a children's book. I'd hear, well, maybe this is a coffee table book. Maybe this is it's not a story. It's not a picture book. We heard that a lot. So we tried to change it. And we never liked the changes. We always were like, but this original one really speaks to us. So we persevered and finally found both an agent who then found the editor who loved it and saw the vision that we saw. And I like to say it takes a village to create a children's book, because my editor was the one who suggested this vignette was not in the original document that we sent. But she said, since you guys, this was a dream of yours, why don't you put yourselves here on Dream Street? And so Ekua did a new piece of art for it, and I wrote a new section. So that was great. That was such a wonderful idea, because it just kind of brings it all together.
It really does. It's so wonderful. Are there any Easter eggs in here? Are like favorite shoes, or are these relatives or anything?
You're so smart, Kyra. So the librarian, I told you guys, my mom was a librarian. I think I told you, and so we had to read. The librarian, his name is Barbara, because my mom's name was Barbara. Aww. And then, of course, Edie and Tari. Edie is for Ekua, Tari is for Tricia. We've got, who else? Mr. Sidney's named after my uncle.
Yeah.
He also, let's pull him up. He's up a little further, I think.
Oh, Mr. Sidney with the fedora? Hold up.
Fedora, he's in the beginning. There he goes.
Oh,
you passed him.
Yes, there he is.
So this guy, I love to talk about this one. So he's named after my uncle, but he also reminds me of my grandfather, because my grandfather, his work was cleaning folks' houses. And he would put the clothes that he wore to clean the houses, in his briefcase. He would dress in a suit and get on the subway and go to work, then change into, the work clothes, do the work he had to do, put that back in the briefcase, put his suit back on to go home. So it just, the whole idea of, the dignity, how they, felt about themselves, how they wanted to carry themselves in the world. That's what, this made me think of when I first saw this collage. Also, Ekua, because she's a collagist, she uses lots of things. And so if you guys look closely, you can see that's an actual newspaper in his hand. And I'm trying to look at it myself so I can tell you what it says, because she doesn't just randomly pick any newspaper. You know what I mean? She looked at, it says something for thinking, invents, reforming or informing. Anyway, that just kind of made me think about the fact that he wants to convey something to the children and the folks he runs into on Dream Street. So that's why I have him say, don't wait to have a great day, create one. And then you can also see newspaper in the cement under his feet. So there's a lot of layering in her artwork, which I just love. And I'm so happy for her. She has an exhibit at the MFA for those of you who want to explore that right now through January. That is breathtaking.
Yes, it is. This is just, oh, this is so special. All of this is so special. Is this an Easter egg? It is, right?
At Humboldt Avenue, yep.
Yep.
That was a big street in our neighborhood, and it's a street that like you have to go down or you have to cross to get to a lot of other places. It's a pretty well-known street, so yes.
Yes.
And there's a couple of others. Let's see, Little Song in the Arms of Desiree with the Flower.
Yes, hold on. This one.
Yes, Little Song is named after Ekua's granddaughter, Song, who's not little anymore. I think she's 14 now and just a beautiful, brilliant young lady. So, and I think there's one more. Oh, I know, the little boy Zion reading the books. That's named after a nephew, and his sister is Azaria, who's the girl jumping rope. So we put a lot of those kinds of details in there. And, you know, these people are people that we made up, but they're certainly a representative of people that we knew, that we saw on the street and came to love on Dream Street, as well as those who helped nurture our dreams. Lots of the adults really, really helped, you know, believed in us and encouraged us all the time. We were really fortunate.
This is amazing. This is so special. Now I know I saw somebody, I thought I saw somebody raise their hand, and if you have a question, I just want you to, if you have a question, please put it into the Q&A so that way we can answer them real quick for you. This has just been just like too excellent. I just have to this is just so special. So maybe while we're waiting to see if any questions pop up in the Q&A, can you give us a sense of how much time it takes for Ekua to make one of these beautiful pieces?
You know, I really don't know, but I know that it's not a quick, you know, overnight thing, because often she's doing research, often she's thinking about, you know, what are the materials she wants to layer her paintings with. But I know that when, for instance, she was asked to do the new one for the cousins, Edie and Tari, I think that took a couple of weeks. So, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so how long did it take you? I know you said it took years for you to do the pitching and to get it, to find the right people to love this book, to bring it into the world. How long did it take you to write this manuscript and perfect it to that space where you were ready to let it bloom?
Yeah, I mean, the stories came pretty quickly, but of course there's revision, there's reading out loud. It's so important to me to read out loud and hear the rhythm, because I really wanted, you know, it to be rhythmical. And so I say, you know, a year maybe to get it all together.
Wow.
Yeah, right. And you know, we went back and forth with her as well. It was truly a collaborative. And you're right, this does not usually occur. It certainly didn't occur with my first book. I just got lucky and had a great artist in April Harrison.
That's amazing. Yeah.
But we definitely didn't get to work as closely as Ekua and I did.
Wow, this is just, it is clearly, I mean, the labor and the love of it is clearly resonant in the book. I mean, you can feel the warmth even when you're touching it. It's just, yeah, I stole this from the bookstore. I don't know if it's gonna go back. You know what I mean? Like I might just need to, I'm gonna have to like send a bill and just pay for it, and just, it's never leaving the house. You know, first of all, so this is your second book. Wow.
I know.
What's coming next? What's next?
Well, we've been talking about, you know, we authors don't like to say too much before it happens, but we've been talking about, is a sequel the right word for a book? Another Dream Street adventure for one or two of the characters in here. So we'll see what happens with that, but definitely more children's books. I like this idea of a book a year. I don't know if I can keep that up, but
yeah, that's legit. No, that's legit.
I like it. I like how it sounds.
I just want to be really clear. I hope that these guys get a little something.
Oh, I love that.
I know. Like, can these guys please have an adventure? Like, please, 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 please.
Yeah, I think they could get into a lot.
Yes, they could. And I feel like the first one should be what happened to the bow tie. And then the next one could just be like, and where are we going next? And why are we wearing bow ties?
I'll pass that on to Ekua. We have a request.
Yes, I need all those boys in a long adventure. It's amazing.
That's funny.
So I don't see any questions, which is totally okay. I hope that this audience has really enjoyed this reading and how special this book is, and I hope that you will pop into the bookstore today and get this. And now, can we get some book plates, Tricia?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we're gonna get some of those. So if you would like a book plate and you want to order it from silverunicornbooks.com, just put a little note and we'll see what we can do for you. Tricia, is there anything that you would love to say to this audience? Just any other thoughts?
Well, I see something
about our day.
I see something in the chat. Let me just. Oh, she says, "What a beautiful book." Thank you so much. Thank you, Kelsey, for saying that. The only thing I want to say is something that my mom used to tell us. She felt that children's books could solve the problems of the world. And I think back on her saying that a lot, because just think about if everyone in our country were to sit down and read a children's book about someone different from them, especially, I don't know, things could happen, I think. The other thing is that this is the time for giving. We're getting into this holiday season. Books are great gifts. Independent bookstores are the best places to get those books. And Silver, you guys sound like that's the spot to go to. And also, children's books aren't just for adults, unlike Trick Cereal. Aren't just for kids. So you can gift an adult Dream Street. So that's what I'd like to say.
Oh, yes, gift an adult Dream Street. Like, this needs to be on your bookshelf. This could be on any family's bookshelf.
All right.
Every family's bookshelf. Every classroom's bookshelf. Every teacher's list. You know what I'm saying? Like, this needs to be everywhere. It's that awesome. It's amazing. And yes, come get it at an independent bookstore near you and get a cool hat. They're very warm. Just gonna put that out there too.
Oh, yes. I need that hat.
Thank you. Yes, it's my favorite. It's my new favorite thing to wear. And it's perfect in here where it's chilly in my little 3-season porch. All right.
Thank you so much, Kyra. You're a wonderful interviewer. I love it.
I'm so grateful for your time. I'm so grateful that you came for a second year in a row. I cannot wait to see your next work. Please tell Ekua what fans we are of her beautiful artwork. I do highly recommend, if you live in the Boston area, go to the MFA. You have until the end of January to go look at her exhibition of this and other beautiful pieces, and their prints I hear floating around. Go support this beautiful artist. Make sure that you pick up Tricia's other book, her first book, her debut book, Nana Akua Goes to School. Yeah, where is it? It is such a great book. It's another just super special book. Award-winning book. I saw that little medal. Yeah.
Jack Keats Award. What a surprise and thrill that was.
Yes, you are doing it. You are doing it. I can't wait to see what little things pop up on this in a little while too. I'm manifesting that for you, friend. All right. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Make sure that you visit a local independent bookstore near you if you don't come see us. Tricia, we look forward to hosting you again in the future.
Thank you so much. Have wonderful holidays, everybody. Thank you, Kyra.
You too. Safe, happy holidays to everyone. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.